Have you ever felt like there's something different about you, something deeper that you can't fully explain, like you were meant for more, but life keeps throwing obstacles in your path that no one else seems to face? What if those struggles were never meant to break you, but to reveal who you truly are? Chosen one, listen carefully, because this message might be the one thing you were meant to hear today. For years, you may have questioned yourself. You may have wondered why you think differently, why you feel things more deeply, why you often walk a path that feels lonely while others seem to fit easily into the world. But what if that difference isn't a weakness? What if it's actually the evidence of something powerful within you? The truth is, most people live their entire lives without ever discovering their true spiritual strength. They follow the crowd, silence their intuition, and ignore the quiet voice within them that calls them towards something greater. But you were never meant to live like that. There is a force within your spirit that is far stronger than you realize. A resilience that has carried you through pain, betrayal, confusion, and moments when giving up seemed easier than continuing forward. Yet somehow, you're still here, still standing, still searching, and that is not an accident. In this video, we're going to uncover the hidden truth about who you really are, why your journey has been so different, and the powerful reason your spirit refuses to give up. Because once you understand this, everything about your life will start to make sense. Your struggles were never random. If you look back at your life, one thing becomes very clear: your path has never been easy. While others seem to move through life with fewer obstacles, your journey often felt like a constant battle. Challenges appeared when you least expected them. People you trusted betrayed you. Situations you believed would work out suddenly collapsed. At times, it may have even felt like life itself was testing your limits. But here is the truth most people never realize. Your struggles were never random. Every difficult experience you faced was shaping something inside you. While others were being comforted by ease, you were being forged by pressure. Just like steel becomes stronger when exposed to intense heat, your spirit was being strengthened through adversity. Chosen ones are rarely given simple lives. Their growth requires deeper lessons, and those lessons often come disguised as hardship. The betrayals you endured taught you discernment. The loneliness you experienced taught you independence. The obstacles you overcame built resilience within your soul. At the time, these moments may have seemed unfair. You may have questioned why certain things happened to you while others appeared untouched by the same struggles. But every challenge had a hidden purpose. Those experiences were preparing you for something greater. When a person carries a powerful purpose, life has a way of shaping them through experiences that force them to grow beyond their comfort zone. Strength cannot be developed in safety. Wisdom cannot be gained without experience, and resilience cannot exist without adversity. This is why, despite everything you've gone through, you're still standing today. Many people would have given up long ago. Many would have allowed bitterness to consume them. But something inside you refused to break. Something within you kept pushing forward, even when the path was unclear. That inner strength is not ordinary. It is the sign of a spirit that was built to endure more than most people ever could. You were never meant to fit in. From a very early age, you may have noticed something that quietly separated you from others. It wasn't always obvious, but deep down you felt it. While others seemed comfortable blending into groups and following the same patterns, you often felt like an outsider observing the world from a different perspective. You may have tried to fit in. You may have attempted to follow the same paths as those around you. But something about it never felt natural. That feeling was never a flaw. It was a sign. Chosen ones are rarely designed to fit comfortably into systems built for the majority. Their mindset, awareness, and vision often operate on a different level. They see possibilities where others see limits. They question things others blindly accept. And because of this, they often feel different. The world tends to reward conformity. It encourages people to follow established paths, repeat familiar patterns, and avoid standing out too much. But people with a deeper purpose are rarely comfortable living inside those boundaries. Your mind searches for meaning. Your spirit seeks truth. Your heart refuses to accept a life that feels empty or meaningless. This inner conflict can sometimes create loneliness. When you realize you don't fully relate to the conversations, ambitions, or priorities of those around you, it can feel isolating. But that difference is not a disadvantage. It is your uniqueness revealing itself. Throughout history, people who changed the world were rarely those who blended perfectly into society. They were the individuals who saw things differently. They were the ones who questioned, explored, and challenged the limits of what others believed was possible. And that same spark exists within you. You were never meant to disappear into the crowd. You were meant to discover who you truly are and walk a path that reflects your own truth, even if it means walking alone for a while. Because sometimes the greatest journeys begin when a person finally stops trying to fit in. Your intuition is stronger than most. Have you ever had a moment when you sensed something wasn't right, even though there was no obvious reason? A quiet feeling in your mind telling you to trust or not trust someone. A subtle awareness that something hidden was unfolding beneath the surface. That inner voice is your intuition. And for many chosen ones, that intuition is far stronger than most people realize. While others rely only on visible facts, your spirit picks up on energies, emotions, and subtle signals that many people overlook. You notice changes in tone, you feel tension in environments others ignore. You recognize patterns long before they become obvious. This heightened awareness can sometimes feel overwhelming. There may have been moments when you sensed people's true intentions before they revealed themselves. You might have noticed inconsistencies in situations that others blindly accepted. And sometimes, this awareness may have made you feel disconnected from people who operate purely on surface-level thinking. But your intuition is not a burden. It is one of your greatest gifts. Intuition acts as an internal compass, guiding you through life's uncertainties. It protects you from deception. It helps you navigate complex situations. And it often leads you toward opportunities that align with your deeper purpose. The challenge is that many people are taught to ignore this voice. Society often encourages logic while dismissing intuition, but those who learn to balance both gain a powerful advantage. When intuition and reason work together, they create clarity. Your intuition is the language of your spirit, communicating with your conscious mind. The more you trust it, the stronger it becomes. Over time, you begin to recognize the difference between fear and genuine intuitive guidance. You learn to listen to the quiet signals your mind sends before problems arise or opportunities appear. And when you begin trusting that inner voice fully, something incredible happens. You start navigating life with a deeper sense of awareness that many people never develop. Your spirit refuses to break. There is something unusual about the strength inside you. It's not the loud, aggressive type of strength people often associate with power. Instead, it is a quiet endurance that keeps pushing forward no matter how many times life tries to push you down. Think about the moments when everything felt like it was falling apart. The nights when your thoughts were heavy and the future seemed uncertain. The times when people doubted you, underestimated you, or even walked away when you needed them the most. Most people would have broken under that weight. Many would have allowed bitterness to take over their hearts, or simply given up on trying again. But you didn't. Somehow, despite the exhaustion, the confusion, and the emotional scars, you continued moving forward. Maybe slowly, maybe with hesitation, but you kept going. That persistence reveals something powerful about your spirit. Chosen ones often carry a resilience that goes beyond normal determination. Their strength doesn't come from avoiding pain. It comes from surviving it. Every challenge that tried to crush you actually revealed a deeper layer of endurance within your soul. Each time you stood back up, your spirit grew stronger, and over time, those moments began to shape who you are today. They sharpened your awareness. They deepened your empathy. They strengthened your ability to withstand storms that would overwhelm most people. Your spirit has learned something incredibly important. Pain is temporary, but growth is permanent. The person you are becoming is far stronger than the person you once were. and the struggles you survived are proof of that transformation. So, when life presents another obstacle, remember this truth. You have already overcome battles that once seemed impossible. You have already proven that your spirit refuses to break, and that quiet, unstoppable strength inside you will continue guiding you forward, no matter how difficult the road ahead may appear. You see through illusions. As your awareness grows, something interesting begins to happen. The world starts to look different. Things that once seemed normal begin to feel questionable. Conversations that once appeared meaningful start to sound shallow. Situations that others accept without hesitation suddenly reveal hidden layers that most people never notice. This shift can be confusing at first. You may find yourself observing people more carefully, noticing contradictions between what they say and what they actually do. You begin to recognize patterns in behavior, motivations behind actions, and the subtle ways people try to present versions of themselves that are not entirely authentic. This is what it means to see through illusions. Many people move through life accepting appearances as truth. They believe what they are told without questioning deeper meanings. They focus on surface-level success, approval, and status, without ever asking themselves whether those things truly matter. But your perspective has changed. You've started recognizing that the world often operates behind masks. Social expectations, cultural pressures, and personal insecurities create layers of illusion that influence how people behave. And once you begin noticing these patterns, it becomes difficult to ignore them. Chosen ones often develop this clarity because their experiences force them to observe life more deeply. Betrayal teaches discernment. Disappointment encourages reflection. And loneliness creates space for introspection. Over time, these experiences sharpen your ability to recognize truth beneath appearances. This awareness is powerful, but it can also feel isolating. When you see through illusions, you may feel disconnected from environments where people prefer comfortable lies over uncomfortable truths. But that awareness is part of your growth. It allows you to navigate life with greater wisdom. Instead of blindly following trends or expectations, you begin making decisions based on deeper understanding. You value authenticity over approval. You seek meaning rather than appearances. And while this perspective may set you apart from others, it also places you on a path toward genuine self-discovery. Your silence is power. In a world where everyone seems eager to speak, argue, and prove themselves, silence often goes unnoticed. But silence can be one of the most powerful forms of strength a person possesses. Chosen ones frequently develop this quiet power over time. After experiencing betrayal, misunderstandings, and unnecessary conflicts, they begin to realize something important. Not every situation deserves a reaction. Instead of constantly explaining themselves, they observe. Instead of rushing to respond, they listen. And in that silence, something remarkable begins to happen. They start seeing things more clearly. When you remain silent, people often reveal far more about themselves than they intended. Their words, behaviors, and reactions begin to form patterns that become easier to understand. You learn who is genuine and who is pretending. You recognize which conversations are meaningful and which are simply noise. And most importantly, you gain control over your own energy. Many conflicts are fueled by emotional reactions. When people react immediately, they often allow others to manipulate their emotions or influence their decisions. But when you remain calm and quiet, you maintain control. Silence creates space for clarity. It allows you to think before responding, to evaluate situations before acting, and to protect your peace when unnecessary drama appears. Over time, people begin noticing this calm presence. Some may misunderstand it as distance or mystery, but those who truly observe will recognize it as strength. Your silence shows that you are not desperate for attention or validation. You understand that true power doesn't require constant explanation. Instead, it exists in the quiet confidence of someone who knows their worth without needing to prove it to the world. And in many situations, the most powerful response is not speaking louder, It's choosing to remain silent while others reveal their true intentions. Your energy makes people react. Have you ever noticed how people react differently around you? Some individuals feel instantly comfortable in your presence. They open up about their thoughts, share their struggles, and feel drawn to your energy without fully understanding why. But at the same time, there are others who seem strangely uncomfortable around you. They may avoid you, criticize you, or behave defensively even when you've done nothing to provoke that reaction. This contrast can be confusing, but it reveals something important. Your presence carries energy that affects people. Chosen ones often radiate authenticity and awareness that others can sense on a subconscious level. When someone is genuine, your presence feels safe to them. They recognize a level of honesty and understanding that encourages connection. But for those who hide behind masks, your presence can feel threatening, not because you are attacking them, but because authenticity naturally exposes falsehood. When someone is pretending to be something they are not, being around a person who values truth can create discomfort. Your energy reflects clarity. It mirrors the intentions of those around you. And because of this, people tend to reveal their true selves when they interact with you. Some will feel inspired by your strength. Others may feel challenged by it. Neither reaction is your responsibility. Your role is not to control how people respond to your presence. Your role is simply to remain authentic and grounded in who you are becoming. Over time, this authenticity attracts the right people, while naturally distancing those who cannot resonate with your energy. And although this process may sometimes feel lonely, it ultimately leads you toward relationships built on honesty rather than illusion. Because when your spirit operates with clarity, the people who belong in your life will recognize it, and the ones who don't will gradually move away. Your pain created your wisdom. Pain has a strange way of transforming people. Some individuals allow it to harden their hearts. They become bitter, defensive, and closed off from the world around them. Their experiences create walls that prevent them from trusting or growing. But for chosen ones, pain often produces a different outcome. Instead of destroying their spirit, it deepens their understanding of life. Every difficult moment you've experienced carried a hidden lesson. At the time, those lessons may have been difficult to recognize. When you're in the middle of pain, clarity rarely appears immediately. But with time, reflection begins revealing meaning behind those experiences. The betrayal you faced taught you discernment. The loneliness you endured strengthened your independence. The obstacles you overcame revealed how resilient your spirit truly is. And slowly, wisdom began forming within you. Wisdom is not something that can be taught through simple instructions. It develops through experience. It grows when a person reflects on their challenges and chooses to learn rather than remain stuck in resentment. Your pain expanded your perspective. It allowed you to understand emotions, struggles, and motivations that others might never fully comprehend. You began recognizing the complexity of human behavior and the depth of the human spirit. Because of this, your empathy grew stronger. You can often sense when someone else is hurting, even when they try to hide it. Your experiences have given you the ability to connect with people on a deeper level because you understand what it feels like to struggle and survive, and that understanding is powerful. While the pain you experienced was never easy, it shaped a level of awareness that many people spend their entire lives searching for. Your wisdom is the result of everything you've endured, and that wisdom will continue guiding you toward greater purpose as your journey unfolds. You are meant to inspire others. Sometimes you may wonder whether your journey truly matters. When you look at your life, you might focus on the struggles, the mistakes, or the moments when things didn't go according to plan. It's easy to overlook the progress you've made because growth often happens slowly. But what you may not realize is that your story carries power. Every challenge you've faced and every obstacle you've overcome has shaped a journey that others can learn from. Chosen ones often become sources of inspiration without even trying. Your resilience demonstrates that survival is possible even in difficult circumstances. Your willingness to keep moving forward shows others that setbacks do not have to define their future. People who are struggling often look for examples of hope. They search for proof that change is possible and that strength can develop through adversity. And sometimes, simply witnessing someone who has endured hardship and continued growing can spark motivation within them. Your experiences may provide that spark. When people see how you've navigated challenges, they begin believing they can do the same. Your perspective may help someone else understand their own struggles more clearly. Your courage might encourage someone else to keep going when they feel like giving up. Inspiration doesn't always come from perfection. In fact, it often comes from authenticity. When people see someone who has faced real struggles and continues striving for growth, they recognize something genuine. They see a reflection of their own potential. And while you may not always notice the influence you have on others, your journey can quietly motivate people who are watching from a distance. Your story is still unfolding, but even now, it carries lessons, strength, and hope that others can draw from. And sometimes, the greatest impact a person can have is simply living their truth in a way that reminds others they can do the same. Your true power is awakening. Right now, you may only see a small portion of your true potential. Like most people, you've spent years discovering who you are through experiences, relationships, successes, and mistakes. Each stage of life has revealed new aspects of your personality and strengths, but there is still more waiting to unfold. Chosen ones often reach moments when they begin recognizing that their journey has been preparing them for something greater. The struggles they endured, the lessons they learned, and the awareness they developed all start connecting in meaningful ways. This is when awakening begins. Awakening does not mean suddenly becoming perfect or having every answer. Instead, it means developing a deeper understanding of yourself and the path you are meant to follow. You begin recognizing patterns in your life that once seemed random. Experiences that once felt confusing start revealing purpose. Challenges that once appeared unfair begin making sense in hindsight. This awareness transforms how you move forward. Instead of doubting your abilities, you start trusting your growth. Instead of fearing uncertainty, you begin viewing challenges as opportunities to evolve. Your confidence grows not from arrogance, but from understanding the strength your journey has already built within you. And with that confidence comes clarity. You start focusing your energy on things that truly matter. You become more intentional about the choices you make, the environments you enter, and the people you surround yourself with. This is the beginning of stepping into your true power. Not power over others, but power within yourself. The power to live authentically, the power to pursue your purpose, the power to continue growing into the person you were always meant to become. And this awakening is only the beginning of what your spirit is capable of achieving. As you reflect on everything you've heard today, take a moment to truly think about your journey. The struggles you've faced, the battles you've fought in silence, the moments when you felt alone but somehow still found the strength to keep going. None of those experiences were meaningless. Every challenge, every lesson, and every obstacle has been shaping the person you are becoming. Chosen one, the truth is this: you are far stronger than you realize. The world may not always recognize your strength, and many people may never understand your path. But your journey was never meant to look like everyone else's. You were meant to grow differently, to see things differently, and to walk a path that leads to something greater. Your spirit carries a power that cannot be easily broken. It has already survived storms that once felt impossible. And if you've made it this far, it means there is still more waiting for you ahead. So never underestimate who you are becoming. The moment you truly understand your worth, your strength, and your purpose is the moment everything begins to change. Doors will open, your confidence will grow, and the path that once seemed unclear will begin to reveal itself step by step. If this message resonated with you, take it as a sign that you are exactly where you need to be on your journey. And remember, sometimes the most powerful people in the world are the ones who once believed they were ordinary. If this message spoke to your spirit, make sure to subscribe, like the video, and share it with someone who might need to hear it today. Because your awakening may just inspire someone else to discover their own strength.